Hey, happy Sunday evening. I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to have a conversation with something I wrote a few days ago. So I'll read a little bit of it and then I'll talk about it and read a little more and we'll see how it goes. And it might go amazingly well. I'm hoping it does, but it might be kind of awkward. In life, when we try new things, we just don't know how they will turn out. So are you using your energy to try and make everything you want happen at, at once? Are you using your energy to try and make everything you want happen all at once? Okay, let's put a finer point on it. The vast majority of things happen over time instead of all at once. I mean, we know this from being alive, but sometimes, especially when we get a little anxious about who we are, we we want like everything we dream of, everything that would prove that we were successful, everything that would prove we are great people to happen like immediately. But life's just not that way. Even emergencies that require an instantaneous response to ensure survival are often the result of conditions that have built up over a long period, period of time. We as people are often not skilled at using the fundamental idea that things happen over time well. Yeah. Yeah, especially when we feel a little down and we're like, no, give me the results now. Have you ever been there? You want all manner of good things to happen in short order or even instantaneously. This is so ironic considering you want to live forever. Speaking for myself there, but I would love to live forever for hundreds or thousands of years. Yeah, you want all good things that you dream of to happen in the next month or 2 or 3. But imagine if all the good things happen for you in the next day or 3 months. What do you propose doing with the rest of the forever that you want to live? Being seriously bored? What a low quality mess of a life being bored over a long period of time would be. Do you really want to wish for conditions that would keep you in a state of boredom for years on end? But this is just part of the conversation. If you have a better chance of creating the many things you want to create over time instead rather than instantly, why not use that to your advantage and devote your energy to moving many things forward step by step instead of focusing the lion's share of your energy on forcing one thing to fast completion, then forcing the next thing to fast completion. And done this on many occasions. Have you all ever done that where you think if I just get this one thing done, my life will be so much better. So we focus so hard on that one thing, and when we finally get it done, we're exhausted from focusing hard on it. And then it's just, I mean, it might be a really good thing to have done, but it's not like the cure all to having it done. Doesn't make us happy for the rest of our lives. And while we've focused on it, we've often, if you're anything like me, let 50 other things go by the wayside. So then we're behind on the 50 other things. But what about being being as organized as we can be in working on a variety of projects and moving them forward step by step, and with organization and clarity, that organization and clarity will give us the next steps, and will keep us in the practice of doing them rather than losing track. Um, Thanks for all your comments, Tim. That's so great. I'll read them in a sec. And so what I'm saying is when we when we're on unorganized and just we can kind of make up for that lack of organization by being laser focused on one thing, but then things happen with that. There's a cost to that. Let me go on here. This doesn't work for many reasons. First of all, to create what you dream of, there's probably not only one moving part, but hundreds or thousands or more. If you devote all your energy to just one of these parts at the time, you may lose sight of the big picture. Also, devoting your energy to more parts at a time allows them the chance to work together as you develop them. You can learn from each thing you are doing and apply your learnings to the other things you are doing. Finally, in this is very important. If you try to rush other people or situations, they often resist the energy or rush for many reasons. This resistance can make what you are trying to accomplish much harder or impossible. I'm I'm experimenting with this more and more each day, but I think it's exciting. Tim asks, are you organized, Jason? I'm I'm working hard at becoming more organized. I have a daily system I follow, and it helps me organize my list of things to do on the computer and emails and stuff, and it's going pretty well. But in another part of my life, in terms of papers from the last 4 or 5 years, I'm looking out beyond the screen here to the room, and I have stuff all over that I'm trying to organize. This is definitely a work in progress, and I think what part of what has made this more challenging for us as people is we start feeling guilty about not being as organized as we want, and we say I'm just an unorganized person, and with guilt and saying that we avoid organization, and it becomes more and more overwhelming. I'm finding out is organization and action taking really, I should do it. That organization and action taking really do go hand in hand. And I've been hesitant to talk too much about this because in my mind organization's not glamorous. Who wants to talk about it? But but the results, the reward of being able to move like t- 10 or 15 more projects forward little by little, and having them work in synchronicity with each other. That's really exciting, and once it starts, it really flows. Jennifer Joe says getting organized isn't always easy, especially when we are still holding on to stuff that we are not ready to let go of. Yeah, that's true. But if we're holding on to stuff we don't want to let go of, we can label it as just label it and put it in boxes and store it somewhere, and then move to organizing what we're working on currently. In my way of thinking, we being well organized doesn't mean we have to like get a whole life, the last 47 years of life, at least for me, all organized. We can sort through stuff of the past fairly quickly, and figure out if there's things we need to deal with in the present. But if it's not, and it's just past, and we want to save it, just label it and put it in the attic, put it in the storage unit, whatever. Tim says organization and taking action really go hand in hand. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh, and then you some mic drop. Thank you so much, my friend. I've been reluctant to talk about the subject because but like I'm the only one who thinks this way and stuff. So it's really affirming that you think that's a mic drop comment. Thank you. What category should we put spam under? So the expired spam will want to save in a box somewhere because it's spam and it's important. But the new spam we can we can organize in a present organizational system because for sure we'll want to eat the new spam ASAP. Jennifer says it's the internal emotional stuff that I was referring to. It's holding us back in so many ways. The let me look. So yeah, you raised such an important point, my friend. So when we think of getting organized, it's not only organizing our computer files or to-do lists or boxes of stuff. It's also a lifetime of emotional stuff, a lifetime of memories. And we all have minds and we have different ways of holding on to stuff. I don't know about you, but excuse me. But for me, it's hard to once I have a memory in my head, it's almost impossible for me to forget the memory in a way where it would never come up again. I guess what I'm finding is yes, our past, everything that happened in our past happened in our past, and there's no way to undo that, and there's no way to completely wipe those memories from our heads. But so what I like to do is notice things internally when they come up. And excuse me, I'll be right back. That's what's funny. I had an alarm. What I like to do is notice things when they come up internally because they're there and notice the feeling in the body and then if I don't want to focus on that feeling or that memory to notice the feeling and then choose to move forward. And this is where tangibly organizing like in the real world can be useful because it almost gives us a counterbalance to the memories and stuff going on inside. So it gives us something else to focus on rather than just what's going on internally. So great point, Jen. Thanks so much, my friend. And I guess I'll wrap up with what I'm talking about here is not it's not necessarily easy, but it is but is doable. Like anything, learning basketball, learning football, learning to play the flute, learning to paint is not none of nothing practically nothing's easy to do well. But it's doable with practice and patience and patience in in allowing ourselves to do our imperfect best. If it doesn't go right one day allowing ourselves the allowing ourselves the grace of being consistent and allowing ourselves a chance to try again. Just like this life this life is imperfect. I mean, I feel like I am trying something new, half reading and half commentating, and I feel like I'm stumbling all over things, but that's okay. The more I do it, the better things will get. The more we experiment with organizing and action taking and them going hand in hand, the easier it gets. Janjo has the last comment. The maybe someday I might need that keeps my inbox for my papers collected, letting go of what I know, even if the unknown, no, even if the unknown is better, is still a challenge. As it's so well said, and so many of us like you deal with that. There's just a lot to being alive, and so, sometimes what we're holding on to obviously can block us from receiving what we want to receive today and in the future. But if we let go of important things, we can lose something valuable too. So there's a lot of discernment to do, a lot of figuring, a lot of experimenting. This is challenging, my friend. My friends, it just is. But but we are humans. We learn at one point we were just babies, not knowing how to talk, walk, or anything, and we've learned to get to where we are now. So let's keep learning. Let's keep experimenting. Let's keep practicing. Let's keep doing our imperfect best. Thank you all, and thank you, Jennifer, Gerald, and Tim Soren for all your comments. I appreciate you, my friends. Thanks for being you. And okay, Joe has the very last comment. To, hashtag together we rise. Yes, so true, so true. Thank you. Together we rise.